Good morning, everyone. I just woke up about 30 minutes ago. I got dressed. I was like, oh, I should be waking up soon. I'm still very tired. I've had to wake up. Well, I didn't necessarily wake up early today. I got good sleep. I don't know. I think just all the traveling and everything has just started to hit me. Luckily, my last trip is this week, but that is besides the point. Today is January. Wait, no, today is not January. Today is July 24th, which marks a brand new game coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. It's so new that we're actually going to go to Best Buy and film me picking this game up. This is going to be a very interesting game because it's one of those that I was surprised to see have happened for the system, especially considering what it was. But I think we're going to leave you on a cliffhanger if you don't know what it is already until we get to Best Buy. Normally, I pick up this stuff at GameStop. I didn't get a pre-order in, and part of the reason why I didn't pre-order this is due to the fact that with GameStop, you're allowed to film in there, you just can't film the customers or employees, stuff like that. But sometimes GameStop acts weird about the camera, and I didn't really want to risk that, even though I haven't had a bad experience yet filming in GameStop, at least the local one. I don't know a lot of the newer employees there, so I don't want to start anything. Let's just see how, we'll just do Best Buy. Eventually I want to start going back to GameStop, but Best Buy has been pretty chill with this camera. So Best Buy opened up an hour ago. I should have woken up sooner, but I wanted some extra sleep. Stayed up super late getting some videos done for y'all, and then did an awesome stream. But that's besides the point. Let's go ahead and finish getting ready. I'm pretty much ready to go. Got my Spider-Man shirt. Red pants too on top of that. Alright, let's go to Best Buy. Alright, we've made it to good old Best Buy. Let's check out the Switch 2 section. Got a feeling they're not actually going to have it on display, where we will have to ask for it in the back, because that's what happened last time we were here. There's no pre-order bonus or anything like that, so that's another reason why we came to Best Buy instead of doing something like GameStop, for example. So, let's go to good old Best Buy. Well, they still have the Street Fighter 6 amiibos. I feel like this was the same amount that they had when we were last here from when we picked up Radu. I don't know, I think people really want these, but it's hard to justify that $40 price tag. I'm curious if they'll go on sale soon, because I'm seeing a noticeable thing with all stores that there's so much of these out here. But we're still at the Switch 2 games. Let's see if they got it. Another thing that I've been noticing with Amiibo, the Donkey Kong amiibo I think is selling super well for Nintendo, because I've been seeing it sell out at like every store that I've been to. They either didn't get many or it's just completely out. And Best Buy only has one left. So I guess that's a good sign for amiibo. I've been really concerned that these updated price tags on them was going to kill amiibo, but I think everyone wanted the Donkey Kong amiibo, that they were fine with the $30, because I mean, the detail of this thing, it is really good. So I'm glad to see that amiibo is still here to stay. I just don't know what's going to happen with these third-party amiibos like Street Fighter, with those being $40. I don't think we're going to get any more Street Fighter amiibos unless they're somehow selling well, but from what we're seeing, it doesn't look like they are. Well, let's check out the Switch 2 games. My bet is that it's not going to be here just because we had to ask for it. I think it's in the back, just not been put out yet. And obviously, we're here at the Switch 2 section. Mario Kart World is right here. Radu, Donkey Kong. We're not picking up WWE. I know a lot of people was expecting me to do a video on that. I just don't know enough about wrestling, to be honest. There'll be other people that will do videos on it. And again, same thing with this right here. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I don't know enough about this stuff either. I feel like that I'm going to miss out on this game just because I don't think I'll be able to give you guys a good review compared to other YouTubers out there. So don't expect anything on Tony Hawk or WWE. I think RGT is doing a really good video on WWE if you're really curious about how that game performs, because I think there's been a lot of questions if that was going to be a good Switch 2 game or not, considering the history of WWE on the Switch 1, for example. But I am going to go ahead and ask a Best Buy employee to see if they have the game in the back. What we're looking for is the good old Mario Party Jamboree Nintendo Switch 2 edition. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask. Hopefully they have it. All right, they had it. I didn't film any of it where we were talking to the employee just because I didn't want to lose any type of reputation I have here where they're like, Max, you can no longer film here. But here we are. We got good old Super Mario Party Jamboree Nintendo Switch 2 edition. It's 80 bucks. I know a lot of people are probably gonna be like, Max, why did you buy this game when you could have got the digital for $20? The way I see it is I want to have a complete Nintendo Switch 2 first party collection. So I was going to buy this game physically at some point later down the road. So I felt like at this point it made more sense to go ahead and pay the $80 now rather than $20, because then this would have ended up being $100 that I put into a Mario Party game. But very pumped to see about how this game's going to work, as it's going to be focusing on the camera heavily with the Switch 2 edition, and it has improved graphics. It was one of those things that I was kind of surprised to see Nintendo do, and the marketing for this game has been non-existent. It's kind of like Nintendo doesn't want you to know that this game came out, because I feel like we haven't seen this game talked about ever since the Treehouse event happened. I feel like this just magically appeared onto people's shelves, timelines, stuff like that. So looking forward to playing this. I will do a video review on it sometime next week, and of course we're gonna unbox it back home. But either way, I'm very pumped to finally have this game. Okay, I am back with the game. Normally we have a bag and we're like, ooh, awesome presentation of opening the bag to get the game out. But Best Buy was straight up like, Max, we aren't giving you a bag for this. Take your receipt and leave. I was like, oh, okay, well, that's fine. I mean, it's just one item. I guess I don't need a bag. But now it's time for us to unbox the game. But before I do that, I do have to ask, guys, we are super close to 22,000 subscribers. If you guys have not subscribed yet, I would greatly appreciate it, as I'm trying to hit it at the end of July. And obviously, we got like 7 days left of July, so we're running out of time, but I think we can pull it off if we can all team up together to subscribe if you guys are not subscribed already. But that's besides the point. Let's go ahead and open up Mario Party Jamboree. Now, the interesting thing about this that I don't know if I really went into detail with is this is the first actual game that Nintendo has released that is focusing on the Switch 2 camera. Now, I know Welcome Tour has features in the camera, but I feel like, you know, that's kind of like a tech demo. This is an actual full-on game that's being released by Nintendo that's using the camera. So it's going to really tell us to see how far the Nintendo Switch 2 camera can go for future games, I feel like. As we saw with Puyo Puyo Tetris and how it did some really cool things with the camera, I'm excited to see how far Nintendo went with this. So, you guys are going to see the front. As you see, Nintendo Switch Edition right there. Jamboree TV, that's the mode that they're promoting as like the new Switch 2 edition, other than like the graphics. So it should be interesting. You guys are going to see the back right here. I don't know what this compares to the previous Switch 1 edition. I'm thinking, yeah, this is probably the Switch 2 exclusive stuff, and this is probably the same stuff that they had on the Switch 1 cover. Well, actually, it says Party on Nintendo Switch 2. I'm kind of surprised Nintendo went ahead and released this. I do know that Mario Party Jamboree just came out on the Switch 1, but I would have thought in the next year or two, we were going to see a Switch 2 Mario Party game exclusive. But I guess Nintendo really wanted to have a Mario Party game out within the first year of the Switch 2. I was just surprised to see it. When I was thinking of Switch 2 edition games to be released, Mario Party was definitely not one that I would have thought would have happened. But Nintendo does things that we don't expect. The reason why games are $80 in this case, because you're paying for the Switch 1 game, which is $60, and then the Switch 2 edition is an extra $20, so this was 80 bucks. Whew! Now, I know there's going to be people in the comments being like, Max, you're an idiot for buying this. You could have bought the digital. And also, another thing in my response to saying that is y'all wouldn't have had this video if I bought it digitally. So we get additional content out of purchasing it this way. So, all right, let's do it. The value is about to go Well, I thought it was about to go. All right, let's try up top. There we go. Value immediately lost. If I took this into GameStop, I wonder what they would give me now that games are becoming $80. What would be the value of this? Would they give me $40 if I had a power-up reward member? I don't know. You know, we've always said 30 bucks because that's what GameStop typically does, is 50% on like newer games that had just been released. I'm curious if that would still go to something like this, because pre-owned they would probably sell this for 75, I would think. I don't know. That's interesting. I kind of low-key want to take this to GameStop now to see what they would offer me, just so I would know for the future references when I make this. All right, the value is going away. Take the ceiling off. Oh my gosh. It's now like a $40 game. This is what makes it so expensive in so many people's eyes. This plastic. This is more valuable than the actual game itself, if you think about it, which is absolutely crazy. I'm curious to see if they got some cover art inside. I can't remember if Mario Party Jamboree had it inside of the Switch 1 case or not, but you guys are going to get the first look. Am I going to be impressed? Am I going to be disappointed? I don't know. Let's see. Let's take a look. I mean, it's the map. I mean, that's probably the same thing that Jamboree had for the Switch 1. If I easily see it, I will grab it and show y'all the Mario Party Jamboree. Actually, Mario Party Jamboree would be over here. I'm not going to spend forever looking for this. Y'all don't care about it that much. There's no one that cares about seeing that, right? There's going to be that one person now that's going to be like, Bex, I actually really cared about seeing the cover art of the Switch 1 edition. You know what? Go look at our previous unboxing from when we unboxed it on the Switch 1. You can see what the cover art looks like there if you're caring about it that much. Let's take the cartridge out now. All right, this is what we're looking with. Let's see if I can get... Wow, that was first try. Normally it takes me a little bit for this. Nah, I'm not a fan of this cartridge. Here's why. You could have put like a render of something like Mario right there. You can barely see the fact that it says Jamboree TV on there. There's too much going on, too much text. I am not a fan of this Switch cartridge. You know, I think I jinxed it when I said I got it first try. Come on. I believe in you. You can do this. I'm not a fan. Too much is going on here. There should be Mario on it or something. I mean, it's a cartridge. No one's going to care. But these are the things that I notice and care about, okay? Now, I was hoping to play this with someone like Coleman, but I recently just found out that Coleman threw his copy of Mario Party Jamboree out his balcony in the middle of the streets of downtown Florida. So... not going to be playing Mario Party Jamboree with Coleman. He said that he was losing the game and he was just done. So he literally opened up the balcony, threw it across, and it's gone. So I will probably be streaming Mario Party Jamboree on Sunday. I don't know what time, but Sunday night I will be doing it with viewers, as I have no one to play this game with now since Coleman threw it out the balcony, which is stupid. He does a lot of stuff like that with his video games. I'm not joking. He actually flushes a lot of his Switch cartridges. Like Sonic Forces, he decided to rip up the case, take the cartridge, bite on it or something, try to destroy the cartridge, and then flush it down the toilet. Yeah, I don't know why he does that. But guys, I have been talking for way too much. Make sure to backslash that subscribe button, like the video, check out the Twitter, Discord, Instagram, all that good stuff in the description below. And let me know if you guys pick this up, whether that be the digital add-on or the physical. I'm curious to see how many people are going to try to get the physical copies of the Switch 2 editions, especially for the people that don't own the game already. I feel like that would be something that would gravitate towards them easily. But the people that already own it on Switch 1, it's going to be interesting to see how many of those audiences go to picking up the Switch 2 edition. I don't know. Either way, I'm pumped to give this game a try live on stream Sunday. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a wonderful day or night whenever you're seeing this, and I hope you're enjoying this style of us picking up the games, unboxing it, vlogging type stuff. Normally, I want to do more into videos like this, but so much is going on. I'm leaving for a trip literally in like 2 hours, so I wasn't able to put together some cool stuff for this vlog, but I think you guys will still enjoy it either way. Y'all can let me know what you would like to see in videos like this where we're filming, picking up the game, stuff like that. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!